Hi guys, I hope that you guys are doing great. Let's get started. I am going to be prepping my lips with the K-Skin IO Lip Balm, and I'm also going to be prepping my eyes with the P. Louise Eye Base for today's makeup look. I'm gonna go ahead and blend that out using a packed brush. Next up, I'm going to prep my skin using the First Aid Beauty Facial Radiance pads. These are my favorite pads to use before makeup just because they give me a light exfoliation. They leave the skin super glowy and just ready for makeup. For the eyes today, I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Matte Obsessions eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to be taking this lightish mauve color and I'm going to be putting it into the crease like I always do using a MAC 224 brush. I am working this into the crease. This is going to be the first transition shade that I apply, and this is going to be the shade that helps me just keep the rest of the colors underneath this color. If you have that problem where sometimes you bring your eyeshadow way too far up and you wish that you had a little bit more control, it always helps to put that shade that is a little bit lighter and it's going to transition nicely into the brow first. That way now you know where to keep the rest of the colors. So now I'm taking a smaller crease brush with a darker shadow, and I know that I want to keep this below that first shade, and we're going to blend everything so that everything marries together beautifully and smoothly. And I am putting this kind of like on the outer V, also extending it out so that I can get like that longer eye shape that is trending right now. And make sure to take your time, blend slowly. And now I took a even smaller brush and I am taking that same shade and I am packing it into the outer V, and it really just helps to intensify the color, but only where I want it. Now I'm taking an even lighter shade and I'm going to put this above the transition shade that I first laid down just to really smooth everything out. Now for the star of the show, I love this shadow. This is the first time that I use it. It's the Hourglass Scattered Light Glitter Shadow in the shade Ray. Super glittery and super beautiful. I am in love with it. It was so easy to work with it. I used a very small brush so that I can pack on the glitter exactly where I want it, and I was just obsessed with it. So I'm packing it on the entire lid. I wanted the lid to just be sparkly and really pretty. So I took my time really packing it in, and I did bring it pretty high up. I like to bring my shadow a little bit high up, higher than where it naturally creases, just because that way it gives the appearance of like bigger eyes. And now I'm taking a deeper shade and I am defining that outer V even more. I want it to be very sharp. And now I'm gonna go ahead and take a makeup wipe and I'm going to give my eye the shape that I want by cleaning out the edges. Now I'm going to be doing a winged liner, and I am doing the Rare Beauty Perfect Strokes Matte Liquid Liner. I have been loving this liquid liner. I have bought this liner about 2 or 3 times in the past. It is on my, I would say, like top 3 liquid eyeliners. It's really easy to work with, and I think it's pretty beginner friendly as well. So I just keep on doing light strokes until I get the perfect thickness of the liner that I want for that day. Now I'm going to go ahead and add mascara. I'm using the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift Mascara. This mascara is alright. It's not really all that to me, but since I put false lashes on top, it's not really a big deal. But I prefer the One Size Fantasize mascara over this one. Now I'm using some TEMU false lashes. I have really been loving all of the lashes that I got from TEMU. So now we are done with our eye look. We're going to start prepping the skin for our face makeup. I'm using the One Size Beauty Secure the Blur Makeup Magnet Primer. I really do love the way that it blurred my skin. You can definitely see that it blurred my skin, but I'm not sure if I should keep using this because I do have dry skin. So these types of primers just always start off beautiful, but then they end up looking a little bit cakey as the day goes on. But I will say, out of all of the blurring primers that I have tried, this one was probably one of the best ones. As you can see, it really blurs the look of the pores and makes the skin look pretty smooth. For foundation, I'm going in with the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Liquid Foundation. This foundation is so beautiful, and you're going to see just how easy and just flawlessly it blends out. I did use the Makeup by Mario brush that is for foundation, and that brush is out of this world also. So those two paired together are just a match made in heaven. I love that it is a dual-ended brush because you can use the bigger side to blend out most of your face, but then in those areas like in between the eyebrows or around the nose area, you can use the smaller part, and it definitely does a great job at blending out your foundation and making it look flawless. I mean, look at that finish. It looks radiant, dewy, just like healthy skin. I love it. But here is without foundation, and that is the side with foundation. I feel like that color is a beautiful match for me. I was just having a blast this day. I couldn't even stop singing. I had to cut out so many parts where I was just dancing and singing and just having a good old time. So this foundation is so good. I have been loving it. I'm really trying to use a lot of products in my collection to see what I want to keep and what I want to get rid of. But this foundation is definitely a good one for my skin. I do have dry skin. I don't really reach for it when I have texture going on because it does kind of emphasize that, but if you're having like a good skin day, this is definitely an amazing foundation. For concealer, I'm going in with the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Concealer. This concealer is gorgeous when it first goes on the skin, but as the day goes on, it does get a little bit cakey on my skin, and I'm sure it's because of just I have very dry skin, so a lot of things do end up looking a little cakey on me. But it is a really nice concealer. Not my favorite, but it is really nice. I think that I ended up decluttering it from my collection just because it's not one that I consider amazing. I do have other ones that I love, but it's not the worst either. Now I'm going to be trying out the new e.l.f. Cosmetics Halo Glow Beauty Wand Contours. I did get a super cool one. As you can see, it looks almost gray, but a little trick to share with you guys if you are new to makeup: when you use a cooler contour, it's going to deepen up the areas of the face that you just want it to appear more contoured and chiseled. So the cool one really did its job. It starts off looking super cool, but it really helps with contouring. And then I went in with the more warm bronzy type of shade, and I went over that. They were easy to work with. I would say that the formula is not like blowing me away. I don't think that it's like an exact dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury ones, but for an affordable option, I think that they are beautiful. They blended out on the skin really easily, gave me the contour and bronze look that I was looking for. So I really cannot complain about them because they are affordable, easy to use. They definitely blend out pretty easy, so I definitely recommend them. If you want more like affordable makeup, this is definitely a product that you can try out because look at that, it really gave like a very nice bronzy look. So to fix that, I put a little bit of my concealer and kind of cut out where I want that contour to be, and this really helps. So just remember, with makeup, whenever you make a mistake or something, there's so many ways to just fix it and just get the look that you want. You see that now we have like a higher cheekbone without having to start all over just because I went too low on my cheeks. So that is an amazing tip that I always use. Now I'm going to go ahead and blend out the nose contour with a smaller brush and also put a little bit of concealer down the center. And now I am going to pick one of the Halo Glow Beauty Wand blushes. These blushes were really pretty, and the blush that I decided to use, which was this first one, that shade is so gorgeous. I cannot wait to use the other ones. It's like a very reflective, almost metallic type of shade, but then they blend out really easily, so it gives the cheek a very dewy, beautiful, juicy look. You're going to see how gorgeous it blends out. It's just so pretty, and this, I would say that it is very comparable to the Charlotte Tilbury beauty wands or blush wands, just because they have like that same luminosity, same dewy appearance, and it just gives you like a very juicy, glowy cheek. And look at that, it's just beautiful. I love it. That's like a perfect peachy pinky shade. It's not too pink and it's not too peachy. I am also going to go ahead and try the Halo Glow Beauty Wand highlights, and these I was not really the biggest fan of. So I would say that if I had to rank them, I would say the blush was my most favorite, followed by the contour wand, and the highlight wand was last place, just because they were a little bit harder to blend out and it didn't really give me like a super lit from within look. But I mean, for the price, it is really nice and it gives a decent highlight. It's not blinding or anything like that, but it did its job. So next up, I'm going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Setting Powder. I did notice that I used a lot of Charlotte Tilbury in this video. I didn't do that intentionally, but I do love a lot of her products. I'm going to go ahead and take a pencil brush and use the same shades that I used for my eyeshadow, just to smoke out that lower lash. And now for bronzer, I'm using the Gucci Eclat Soleil Luminous Bronzer. If you remember the last time, I got a little too happy with this bronzer the first time I used it. So this time I used a less packed brush. This is a little bit more flimsy. And I started very light-handed and built my way up, and it is gorgeous. Now to set everything, I'm going to use the Say Air Set Radiant Loose Setting Powder. This powder is perfect for people with dry skin. It's very luminous. It gives the skin a radiant look without being too glittery. And I really like baking with it. It's one of the few radiant powders that I can actually bake with, and it ends up looking really pretty. Next up, I'm going to be using the Rare Beauty Always an Optimist 4-in-1 Mist. This gives you the juiciest, most beautiful skin. And now I'm going to go ahead and apply Lower Lash Mascara, my all-time favorite MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash Mascara, the best for lower lashes. Next up, I'm going to go in with a powder blush. This is Iconic London Kissed by the Sun Blush and Bronzer in the shade Playtime. This paired so beautifully with the e.l.f. blush, and as you can see, the swatch of this blush is just so beautiful. Now moving on to our lips, I'm going to line the lips with the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat Lip Liner in the shade Pillow Talk Medium. This is more of like a pinky mauve type of lip liner. We're keeping everything on the pinky mauve side today, and I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips with this. And then for my lip color, I'm using the Urban Decay Vice Lip Bond Glossy Liquid Lipstick in the shade Texum. I haven't used these in a minute and I forgot how good these are. They are so easy to apply. They last a really long time. I talked throughout all of my fragrance videos after this and I did not have to reapply my lip color, and they just look so beautiful. I love them. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit of powder highlight just because I wanted a little bit more to the skin. So I use the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Multi Glow Highlighter. I think this was limited edition, but I really love the glow that this gives the skin. So this really did help me out because I felt like the e.l.f. highlighter was just missing something to it. It wasn't as juicy and radiant as it is once I'm done with this powder highlight. And we're going to go ahead and spray again. I do spray a lot of setting spray just because I have dry skin, so it's really good to keep my skin just juicy and moisturized. And now I'm going to go ahead and apply some Patrick Ta Major Glow Body Oil. You have to match the face with the chest so that everything is looking plump and juicy and glowy. And my fragrance of the day is going to be Ralph Lauren Beyond Romance. So thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this makeup tutorial. Get ready with me, and now let's go ahead and let's jam to some good music. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I will see you guys in my next video.
And when you touch me, my whole body shivers.